our second article of the week, and this is an article from the Chicago Tribune about the atomic bombing of Japan during the Second World War. So I just want to review for you guys kind of what we're trying to accomplish when we are doing the articles of the week, right? So first thing, we have the title up here at the top. So this is article of the week 2, and this will be done during the during the third week of school, but it'll be due September 25th here, so you can see that there. And we have this article that's here, and it's broken up into sections, and there are images. The highlighted sections are things that you will be responsible for in doing this assignment. So the first thing that we got to do here is we need to have count them, 5 annotations spread throughout the entire article. Now, if you say to yourself, oh, Mr. Dugan, I don't know what to annotate, well, the things that you need to annotate are right up here at the top. Okay, so the first is you define any unknown words, so any things that you don't know. You can express an opinion, and that's an agree or disagree statement. That's good for the annotations. You can't do that in the essay response, but we'll talk more about that later. You got to identify a main idea, and that's okay. So you can just pull a paragraph out and you just restate what the main idea of that paragraph is in your own words. Or you can activate prior knowledge. Here, that's number 4. So you say, well, maybe I know something about this that's not in the article. Well, you can annotate that and then type that information in. That'll count as one of your 5 annotations. Okay, or you can identify appeals to ethos, pathos, or logos. And remember, we went over those. And if you need a refresher on what those things are, you can check out the slideshow from earlier last week and get a refresher on what each of those things means. But I'll give you a review here real quick. Ethos is going to be your appeal to credibility. So if they quote an expert or use a statistic or anything like that, that would be ethos. Pathos is going to be anytime they appeal to your emotions. So they tell you something that makes you feel something. And then logos is going to be logic, right? So that's my statistics, that's my chains of logic, right? If then statements, those kind of things. Okay. So those are 5 options that you have for annotating your article. Okay, so to do this, what we're going to do is first thing we're going to do is we're going to type our name there because we want as many opportunities as we can to get credit for our work. Okay, and then we're going to read the article. And then we're going to be looking for some of those things that I mentioned, right? So for example, in this sentence right here, the death toll from the attacks totaled at least 225,000 people. I would say that you should have an emotional response to that, right? So we can click that and we just drag over it to highlight it. And then the little plus sign that's over here, that's going to allow us to add a comment to this. And that's how I'm going to add my annotation. So let me just add an annotation here. So we'll say, this is pathos. And then we're going to say why it's pathos, right? This is a shocking number of dead people just for 2 atomic bombs. Make sense? Right? So let's say that I want to do another example of an annotation here where I want to define an unknown word. So I might click on the word enhanced here. And if I don't know what that means, I can open a new tab and I can type the word and then just the word definition after it, right? And then intensify, increase or further improve the quality, value, or extent of. So let's go back here and let's add that definition in. Okay, so increase or intensify. And then I need to make sure I label which type of annotation this is, so I'm going to put in definition. Okay, And that's how you're going to do your annotations. And then after we've read the whole article and we've made sure that we have 5 annotations in the article, we come down to the bottom and then we're going to answer these highlighted short answer questions here. So identify one example of pathos used by the author. So I would just do that one that I did earlier, right? The author states that 225,000 people died because of the atomic bombs. That should make the reader feel shocked or sad. That is a lot of dead. Okay? And it's just as easy as that. So, and then the next one is you're going to provide one example of direct quotation. So all that means is that you're going to find somewhere where the author quotes another person. And a good way to do that is to look for quotation marks. See these little things here? Those are quotation marks. Okay? So you're going to look for an example of a direct quotation, and then you're just going to tell me what it is down here. Okay? And then the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to write that essay response without using the words I believe or I think. Okay, write a well-developed essay in which you discuss the decision to drop the atomic bomb on Japan to bring a quick end to World War II. Do not use the words I believe or I think. So what you're going to do, instead of using the words I believe or I think, you're just going to say what should be, right? So you might start with the U.S. was right to drop the atomic bomb on Japan. And then you're going to finish your essay out by kind of using the article to prove why your opinion is right. Okay, it was right to drop the atomic bomb on Japan because the Japanese would have never surrendered otherwise. Okay, and then you're just going to continue writing like that. And this needs to be a good paragraph, no 1 or 2 sentence paragraphs. They need to be well developed paragraphs, and your grade is going to be based on mostly this paragraph that you're writing. So make sure that your grammar is right and your spelling is good and that your ideas all work and that your sentences aren't just like 1 or 2 or 3 word sentences, and make sure that you have written enough here. Okay, the articles of the week are probably, well, no, not probably. The articles of the week are going to be your biggest grade in this course. We're going to do one of them a week, and they're worth 10 points every week. So that's going to be 90 points throughout the whole year. So please make sure that you're doing a good job on these. All right, guys, if you have any questions about Article of the Week, please feel free to send me a message. Other than that, this assignment is going to be due Friday. So hope you guys have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon.